podcast episode, What Happens After Death? Host, hi and welcome to The Quiet Questions, a podcast where we explore life's deepest mysteries with clarity, curiosity, and care. I'm your host, Daya, and today, we're leaning into a question that every single human wonders about, but few dare to talk about openly. What happens after we die? Whether you're coming from a scientific background, a spiritual tradition, or somewhere in between, this episode invites you to sit with the unknown. Because in a way, this question isn't just about death, it's about life. Host, let's start with what we know physically. When the heart stops, blood no longer flows to the brain. Within seconds, brain cells begin to die. Breathing ceases. This is what we call clinical death. After that, the body begins its natural shutdown. Muscles relax, skin cools, cells break down in a process called decomposition in scientific terms. That's the end of life as we know it. But here's where things get interesting. Some studies show that just after death, there are brief surges of brain activity, almost like the brain is flashing its final signals. Are these just dying neurons? Or something more? Host, now let's move into the gray area. Near-death experiences. Or ND. Thousands of people around the world have reported remarkably similar visions during clinical death or resuscitation. A bright tunnel, a peaceful floating feeling, seeing loved ones, or even a sense of their life flashing before their eyes. Science often explains this through brain chemistry, a rush of endorphins, oxygen loss, or electrical surges. But for those who've lived through it, it felt very real. Many come back forever changed, calmer, more connected, and less afraid. Host, across human history, every culture has tried to answer this question in its own way. In Hinduism, the soul reincarnates, reborn in a new body based on karma. Christianity and Islam speak of an eternal afterlife, heaven, paradise, or judgment. In Buddhism, the soul dissolves and returns in cycles until enlightenment is reached. Indigenous traditions often speak of spirits, ancestors, and returning to the earth. What's fascinating is how widespread these beliefs are. Even among people who've never met or read the same books. Host, here's the thing. We may never know for sure what happens after we die. But this question still shapes how we live. If death is final, then every moment matters more. If there's something after, then how we live might echo into eternity. Either way, this question asks us to reflect, connect, and be present. Maybe it's less about finding a perfect answer, and more about asking better questions. Host, so what happens after death? We may not know for sure, but maybe what matters most is how we love, give, and grow while we're still here. Thanks for joining me on The Quiet Questions. If this episode sparked a thought or emotion, I'd love to hear from you. Feel free to share, subscribe, or leave a review. It helps more curious minds find us. Until next time, keep wondering.